Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today this is going to be a Divine Feminine check-in. We're going to have a quick look at what the Divine Masculines who might be cross-watching need to know about the Divine Feminines at this time. What is it, Divine Creator, that we can see for what the Divine Masculines need to know about the Divine Feminines at this time? Okay, so we got two piles. One of them is the Artist. This is unique to this deck, and it talks about after we rise up from the old cycles, that now it's this fine art living. It's the channeling, it's the instrument of the divine. So your divine counterpart is coming into their own as this art in living form. Their lives are taking on new depth, new meaning, new quality. And they are really taking it to the next level. This is the embodiment. It's having come into what really matters. But the connection isn't quite moving forward yet. Like there's a timing thing going on here. Chariot in the reverse means there are still things in the physical. This can also indicate trips and different moves, different things like that. So there's a bit of an adjustment period in the new frequency, the new resonance, before things can get moving. So there seems to be so whether something has happened in the connection or just in the grand scheme of things, there's a pause right now for your Divine Feminine to come into this artistic flow before things move forward. It's not so much a healing process, but it's a getting to know themselves, getting to know where they belong in the world, a new sense of belonging, a new sense of influence, interaction. And then the Seven of Wands. So your Divine Feminine is still coming to many of these aha moments within, showing what this new higher or expanded conscious way of being, what that is doing to change, to calibrate different modes of conduct and requirements. So I'm hearing things like energetic needs and time restraints, delegation, not taking on everything, not overcompensating, not doing too much. There's still this dropping the guard and sinking into what is grounded, practical, stable, realistic. So your Divine Feminine is becoming an artist. You know, it's like, what is it? The Twin Flame Journey or the art. What is it? Art. Oh my gosh, why am I botching this? That book about the motorcycle maintenance. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. What is that? Anyways, I totally botched it maybe. But it's like that. It's like Zen and the Art of the Twin Flame Journey. Your Divine Feminine is really catching stride with everything in their lives. And Divine Masculine, you are a major sounding board mirror for that in many ways. Okay, so what can we see? Divine Feminines. Let's have a look at the Divine Feminines. Ooh, I was gonna do emotionally, mentally, and physically. Yeah, let's do that. I'm still getting that. So emotionally, mentally, and physically, what is going on for the Divine Feminines at this time? What can we see? Okay, so on the emotional realm, we're seeing through the too many energies. Divine Feminines, you're streamlining, you're simplifying your life, you're coming into more clarity with it, and you're more balanced, humble, enlightened, aligned for more of an eternal flow. And there's peace here and love. You've got it. You've got the right alignment here. You've got this enlightenment, the sun, you've got long-term thinking and balance on the mind, and you've got peace and love in your speech. So you've mastered the tongue, I'm hearing. You are communicating now these harmonious ways. any kind of conflicts and interactions, you're seeing yourself as more masterful. You're not being triggered. You're not reactionary. You've come into not sweating the small stuff and being solutions minded. So this is all the emotional balance. You've been finding this new emotional chord, I'm hearing, like a musical chord, harmony, and the star. So you've sort of settled into a more cosmic scale of time, is what I'm getting here. You've dropped out of the impatience, you've dropped away from the pressure, and you're more, I'm getting this beautiful, peaceful, almost like an astronaut in space, or just that weightlessness. There's this dreamy, more emotionally sound vibe I'm getting, that you're not concerned overly with too much unnecessary worry. The key card for this row is the Hierophant. So the key is that you've been listening to higher guidance. You've been listening to signs, synchronicities. You have been allowing the journey to support you. Can I get an energetic card? Where are they? Ooh, not right here. Well, let's get this. So let's see what some of these keys are going to be coming up, because I'm getting that there with the star card, there's a little bit of a integration phase where mission is going to be coming in and observing what's happened so far in a more friendly way, befriending the things that have happened in the past and gaining further instruction from that point of view. So what are these Hierophant energies that we can look at? Page of Cups, surrendering, the love, just being open, being emotionally transparent. So I want to say emotionally transparent does not mean speaking about the fears and getting it all off our chest. Emotionally transparent is really, really authentic when, yes, the fears are recognized, but then it's a step deeper, and there's more of a recognition of the solutions, the possibilities. So taking the edge off, not feeling like the needs won't be met, not coming from a place of being hard done by or victimized by anything, but really changing over to accepting things the way they are and speaking from first person, but focusing on the higher energetic assessments, the higher truth, the truth that unlocks the confusion. And exactly, so we do have friendship, celebration, easygoing energy, and seeing through the confusion. So Divine Feminines, you are doing really well to just surrender and take it easy. Look at all of these emotions, and they're all positive. This is when we're in overwhelm, but it's streamlining. This can be third parties, but this is just amicable, friendly celebration energy. And this is just the surrender, letting the fish out of the cup, just being easygoing with what's being said, not needing to speak at great length about what's wrong, is what I'm hearing. It's just a balanced emotions. You're not sweating the small stuff, you're thinking long term, and you're just becoming more light and light-hearted, I'm hearing. Okay, let's see. Advice for the feminines emotionally. Oh, I'm gonna do this deck. What can we see for advice for the feminines? The 7 Star Sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. Yeah, so we're really being asked to look at the way that we express as divine feminines, speaking into existence what we want, not reiterating what we don't want, knowing what we don't want so that we can speak into existence what we do want. Watch your wording. Watch your perspective. Is it filled with love? Is it in support of what you want? Or is it focused too heavily on what's wrong? And with the 7 Star Sisters, there is likely collaborative energy with other feminine energies, but it doesn't have to be. Birthing creations and getting passion projects and new energy coming in that way is also being touched on here. And this feels like a collaborative energy as well. So look at these cards. There's dancing, celebration, women's groups I'm hearing, healthy navigation of emotions through play and dance and sacred circles, and more advice. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. So just understand, sometimes on the journey, you won't be everybody's cup of tea, or, you know, on any becoming journey. We do release those that no longer resonate, but as you love yourself, you don't put yourself into, let's say, connections or friendships or collaborations where it's just not compatible or a match. So for some, there will be individuals falling away that you're not going to feel like you have to keep in your life, hook, line, and sinker, for whatever reason. So there's a more open to who is for you, for the experiences and collaborations keeps coming in that are actually harmonious and meant for you. So you're no longer willing to gripe about things that aren't working. You're just willing to go in the direction of the things that can be possible, even if it means that you have to release certain things. You don't have to be right. You don't have to prove anything, and you can just freely go from one thing to the next if it's genuinely not a fit. So you are not for everyone, and you've got the love, codependency, and boundaries. So this is, we saw in the message for the divine masculines, divine feminines, you're in the process of setting healthy boundaries. That means not doing too much, but also contributing where it's appropriate. So I'm feeling a sense of emotional balance that's allowing feminines to actually activate more potently. So feel into what it is for you, divine feminine, that has been a sticking point in your past, and notice where you're able to soften that absolute or the typical less developed mode of conduct, where you can shift that gradually into more freedom. Okay, on the conscious mind, what can we get for the feminines? There's the Wheel of Fortune. So I tried to do a reading before this one, and it didn't, something went wrong technically. So this was the card when I tried pulling the advice for the masculines. I got the Wheel of Fortune from a different deck in the reverse, and there was a message about divine timing, that it wasn't quite time yet. But this is the message here for you on the conscious mind. It's coming. The time is coming. It's on its way. It's just not quite time yet. And the themes that we're getting for this are commitment, feeling far from the commitment, and this passion. So there's only one wand here with this passionate energy in the center on the conscious mind. So it's about finding your spark, regardless if your divine counterpart or a counterpart is there. Maybe you feel completely alone and lonely and at odds with the world, or wonder if it will ever happen. This is your time to shine in your own right and connect to source. This is like, don't hide your light. Just because you're in a temporary autonomous zone as far as commitment and others around you, you might be feeling alone, does not mean that those are forever energies. You're asked to initiate your spark in your own right. So only you are accountable for your free will, and you're being asked right now to find the inner motivation, this soul passion, this spark. If you don't know what that is, it's time to pray and ask to be shown. If you don't know how to pray or meditate to ask to be shown that, that's the first thing. You can just say, I am ready to find my purpose. You can say that. It sets a quantum process in motion where it brings it in. If you're finding that you are not sure on what that is right now, or that you're all alone, there's no commitment, you're like, where are my people? Where is my masculine? What am I doing with my life? It's about getting this soul fire right now on the conscious mind, the ideas that spark, the innovations, the breakthroughs, and it's coming. So this is a special message, especially for those who are feeling a little bit ungrounded and in sort of a stage in life where something new could come in, but just not knowing what it is. This is a powerful message. It is, the big thing is on the way. You might feel this energy kind of growing. It's definitely coming in for you. For those who are already fairly on path, this is about something going to the next level. So you are about to step into more of who you are, and to connect some of the dots as to why your intuition has been taking you in certain directions. It's like you've been investing and it's going to come in for you. So let's see what we can for clarifiers on that. I actually want to clarify this Ten of Swords. Why is the Ten of Swords here? I'm hearing self-sabotage is no more. So divine feminines, you're not going to be self-sabotaging. Oh, now we get commitment in the upright. So it's the same card that came out in the reverse. So there's a little bit of woe is me, where's my person? Will it ever pan out for me regarding commitment? You're still being asked to come into alignment with your highest soul truth. And that is actually bringing you into the commitment readiness. Not worthiness, but you've always been worthy. It's just that you maybe haven't fully seen it because you haven't had any proof in the 3D that you have attracted that, but you are. So you're going through this period of aloneness so that you can be entrusted with this level of fidelity I just heard. So yes, it is coming. All of the things that you learn in this vast expanse of aloneness right now. I'm going to get a message to see what is it that the feminines are meant to be focusing on instead of feeling like they are too unique to find somebody just for them. That's the way I was looking at it. Loosen your grip. Coping methods, or coping mechanisms, density, addiction, and let God in. So stop defaulting to feeling or fearing that this distance between you and commitment in your life is inevitable, that you've somehow got it all wrong. Let God in. Trust that if you've got a heart for love, you were made for it and you will receive that. Drop your own skepticism that it's for you. That's what's going to really soften, because there are so many soul level, spontaneous ignitions coming in. This is the spark, the fire that's going to catch in your life and pull you towards where you're meant to go. If you had this commitment in your life right now, Divine Feminine, you wouldn't have the innovative ideas coming in. Adversity creates innovation. And so you're going to be activating and busying yourself on a new level. Sometimes the biggest missions come in when we have nothing else to do. So that's like the universe making space in your life for something like that. And I just heard for the things that you've been asking for to come in. Don't come unglued when there's this spaciousness. It's actually the dilating of your life to bring in those things that you've been asking for. So Instead of asking where are they, ask what do I need to do next while they are arriving. So don't fall back on lower vibrational coping mechanisms or addictions or the density. Stay light. It is coming. This is an encouraging message that commitment specifically, and the long-term legacy energies. This is also an entrepreneur card. So those ideas and soul path things are coming. Just keep going. I'm being asked to get some advice. What is it the feminines need to know about what's coming? The Tower in the reverse. So this landed right on the commitment. You are being prepared for your external reality to express or align with your internal reality. So if you have this slightly misaligned viewpoint that the commitment hasn't come, it's not for you, it might not be coming for you, that's an unnecessary thought form that doesn't need to be there. And as you soften, as you open and become receptive to the commitment, good things take time, to that commitment coming in divine timing, you're going to have a major realization that when you're not preoccupied by worrying about what you don't have, there are infinite things in every moment that can be joyfully had, or aka experienced. So this is a major realization that what is it I'm getting? That commitment energy is showing up in every moment in presence. That's the true definition of commitment, I'm being told. Being able to have this soul spark in every given moment as a way of life without making it something that isn't there. So this is a perceptionary change, a paradigm shift, divine feminines, where you're going to notice that you are good on your own in this brand new way. And commitment schmitment, I just heard, whatever is appropriate in the moment, you're going to find gratitude and contentment with that in a deep, deep way. Not the ands and buts, like I'm good on my own, but there's still more. If you are not in union, there is literally still more to experience prior. More that you can allow to be what is and fully be in the ecstatic interaction with it in any given moment. All of the emotions, all of the thoughts that you think you could have with your divine counterpart are available to you in this very moment. There is no destination in that sense. It's a shift of perception. In this very moment, there is an infinite amount of gratitude and ecstatic bliss to be had if you have eyes to see it. This is the big shift. What can we see for the physical layer for the divine feminines now? The Hanged Man. So this is the energy of being in a bit of a pause, a waiting game, I just heard. Embrace it. Embrace if there are things that are not moving quickly, embrace it. We have, you don't know what you don't know, stay open. We have a need for more rest and integration. If you are feeling like you don't know what to do next, again, you may not be resting, you may not be asking the questions, what should I be focused on at this time? What is my next step? How can I see my reality in this moment through the eyes of love? There is this one loving path, and then all these other options. And it's really more than 6 other options, but 6 actually is a number of equal give and take. It's also overly concerned with the material realm. And so don't focus on that. Focus on the love. Focus on the highest. Get really good at seeing the light in things, asking to be shown the truth that sets you free from any of the illusion, the confusion. Our free will is a powerful thing. When we intend to find a solution by asking to see the truth that sets us free. That is what qualifies us. Ask and it is given. When you can come up with the right question, you will get the answer. It will arise. You cannot miss it. Even if you're not conscious of it, you will still receive the answer in ways you may not consciously recognize. And one of the giftings of spirit is the gift of translation. The gift of translation isn't just a language tool or a linguistic tool. It is also being able to translate the answer to prayer, because prayer doesn't always come in linear, direct ways. It can take longer. It can be stacked from multidimensional ingredients. And so also ask to be shown how to translate the answers to your prayer in ways that you can witness. Okay, let's see for the divine feminines. What is the confusion that's most beneficial to be seen through right now? Prosperity, financial abundance, new things happening in the physical. So one big shining opportunity is going to come to you. I just heard it's going to be like a test as to how receptive you are to your abundance. There's going to be something spontaneous coming in that's going to be set apart. It's going to be a bell ringing. You're going to just know that it represents the new you. It's going to be an opportunity for you to spontaneously, in the moment, divine feminine, in your physical reality, see yourself making a spontaneous choice that you would not have made before. So that's a really beautiful thing, and you're going to start catching on to the feeling of that happening. It's going to support you to do more of that as you go forward. So pay attention when something comes up that you would have had a tendency to say, no, I'm good. Now that comes in and you're like, yes, that would be helpful, or that is a very positive thing. I'm ready for that. I'm poised and ready. Yes, that makes sense at this stage. So pay attention to that, because more of those are going to come once you catch the feeling of how good it feels to say yes to the things that are for you and be receptive to them in every given moment. What do the divine feminines need to know about not being attached too heavily to things, manifestations, and the way things should look going forward? I keep staring at this loving Two of Cups here. So I'm going to make this correlation that we're talking about the twin flame love here, and when it will manifest, there's more of an openness to just letting it come in when it's supposed to, when the cycles are closed and there's reunion. So yeah, staying open about reunion with your twin flame here. What do the feminines need to know about expectations? Be balanced. See where it's ego, see where it's control issues, see where it's fear or insecurity causing you to want to cling to having to know when it's going to happen. See if you can go into the free form of the free fall of trusting that it will happen when it's actually meant to. And this did fall right on the Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune. So we are just being asked to surrender the need to force or to have it now, and just keep going, trusting that it's coming, trusting that you will receive love. You're becoming accountable by seeing. It's like miracle spotting. Love is miraculous, and it's like a treasure hunt in reality to find these things that ring true. And so as you become accustomed to aligning with those things that ring true, you will gradually bring in love in a way that you don't suspect right now. Coming from a 3D fear paradigm, our ego, our mind, our lives on every level calibrate to the new paradigms through every choice, every moment. We bring it in by deviating from the history, from the norm. So as you start seeing yourself behaving and responding differently to the things arising in your reality, just know that the more times you respond with love and openness to the things that are a fit, that's you gaining an accountability so that union is coming in on all levels. Unity consciousness, union within. This is how it anchors. I think those watching this kind of get it. So Four of Swords, what is this integration card? What is this be still and know card? Yeah, there are truths here about timing. When you're very honest with yourself, there are evidence. There is evidence for why some of the timing has been playing out. If you quiet yourself and ask to be shown the truth that sets you free from the unknowing, the uncertainty, you will be given these answers. So this is a very high level reading about taking it one step further, not only asking and then hoping you'll get an answer, but asking to be shown how to translate answers so that they're not missed, so that you do see them. And that's not a worrisome thing. That is a very receptive motion. So Divine Feminines, you are becoming more finely tuned to not only receiving the answer to your prayers, but seeing it so that you can be ultra grateful because you have not missed that. So I'm just getting that that implies that many Divine Feminines, you've been holding back your abundance and blessings because you haven't seen it for what it was coming in. And that can seem really intangible or abstract, but this reading is saying that you're becoming better at understanding how to do that energetic work. And, you know, that is light working. That is spiritual mastery. It's one of the aspects, is being able to comprehend the wisdom of the energetics. And you will know it because it resonates, it rings true on the heart space. So you're literally being ushered through a series of experiences that are going to teach you how to do this, how to see the answer of your prayer in the mundane as it starts revealing to you. Every manifestation comes in that way. It's like the fog clears and the manifestation is there. But as the fog is clearing, you start getting a glimpse of, you know, corners and edges and forms. You start seeing it come in, but it may not look exactly like the manifestation. It may look like a different thing. But it feels like something when you have the discernment. So I'm not going to go into specifics, but that's sort of a general message. What an interesting message. Okay, let's get, for the Divine Masculines watching, one card. Time to let go. Groundhog spirit. So Groundhog Day is coming to me, and how in that movie it was like the same day repeating over and over. This is something, Divine Masculines, just don't worry whatsoever. It is time for you to let go. And in that, it's a letting go of the holding back. It's a letting go of control. It's just not making assumptions, staying open. So Divine Masculines, time to just be present. Letting go is just being present to what is. What can we see for the feminines that have been watching? Miracles are endless, exactly. You're going to start seeing miracles as a way of life. How extraordinary. I think this card came out before. Like, how did that cow make a flower crown without opposable thumbs? The miracles are endless. Okay, everybody, bye for now.